Welcome to this C# support video. It's the fourth in the series on lists, and we're focusing on how we can remove values from a list. So we have a subprogram called remove large values. We get a reference to a list of integers, which we have to manipulate within the subprogram, the procedure. And any value that is greater than this parameter needs to be removed. So we've got some test data here. So if we pass a reference to this list in as our first parameter, and we say we want to remove any value that's greater than 3, well, the only one that's greater than 3 is that one. So this procedure will edit that original list. Remember, we receive a reference to it, so we change the original data. We don't return a value. It has a void return type, so it's a procedure rather than a function. Okay, how can we approach this? Well, first of all, we want to iterate through each item in this list. So we could try a variety of things for this, but we might come across a problem. So if we try a for each loop, which is nice syntax, we can say for each int value in our list, it's this one here, we can check and see if that value is greater than the thing we want to check against. So if our value is greater than, remove greater than, that's our parameter, then in theory we should be able to remove it from the list just by saying list.remove value, but we'll have a problem here because we're trying to edit something as we're iterating through it. So can you see here, the collection was modified, enumeration operation may not execute. What on earth does that mean? So this is saying whilst we go through every value in the list, if you remove something whilst you're iterating through it, we're going to break it. So we'll have to try a different type of iteration to go through each one. Let's try just a normal for loop this time. So for I, for index, start at the beginning, I is less than the length of the list, so we'll count the number of items in the list and increment I each time. Then we don't know what value is, so instead of saying value, well, I suppose we can work out what value is. Value is going to be the item in the list at position I. So will this work? Well, yes and no. The problem is if we remove a value, then our index is going to be incorrect. So if we remove a value, then we'll just have to make sure that we decrease our index so that we can check again next time. I don't know if that'll work. It's not a very elegant solution, but it should at least work. So let's have a look and see what's happened. We've set up a list here. We want to remove every value that's greater than 46. And the important thing is whenever it finds one, it continues to look in that position, which wasn't necessary then because that was the last one. Let's see. So 29, here we go. Come on, scroll properly. Here it will search for the first one. It will remove that first one, but then we still want to look at index 0, which will then find this one. So that's why we need that I minus minus in here.